Evening, everyone. We're welcome to the channel. We're here with Doug Jones, a buddy of mine back from Texas, and we're going to break down. We've gone through the high school playoffs. We did a breakdown at the beginning, kind of, and we're going to do another one here now that we're halfway through. This is the exact halfway point of the playoff season. So we're going to kind of look back and just kind of go through what some of the potential matchups now are. And I think we both kind of missed on a few state championship predictions in the first show. So I think we're going to give ourselves a mulligan and redo that a little bit. That's the beauty of being on a podcast, is you can do that kind of stuff when you make the rules. So how's things going down in your neck of the woods? I'm sure you had a really good Thanksgiving after the Friday night beat down y'all put on us.
I did, man. That was a nice Friday night Thanksgiving. Appreciate that. Reminded me of that. See what happens. Like
I said, y'all deserved it. For those of y'all that don't know, Doug is a big Texas Longhorn guy, and I'm an Aggie. I went in thinking we had a really good shot, and Texas wound up out physicaling us in the second half, which is something I didn't expect to happen. But congrats to them. They got the win. It's upsetting, but we're in the playoffs, and hopefully hopefully this team will get refocused. I told other people I'm hoping it takes the Ohio State trail from last year, where they lost to Michigan and then caught fire and made a run. So we'll see.
Man, you get to host a game at Kyle Field, huh?
Well, there's a scenario we can still get a bye, believe it or not. Yeah, okay. It would take BYU beating Tech and Georgia beating Bama, and then we could slip in front of them and hit the 4 spot. But I'd rather have the home playoff game at this point. And I'll say it like it is. This is a if you'd have told me at the beginning of the year we were going to go 11-1,
you would have taken it, man.
Second year under Mike Elko, even with the loss to Texas, I'd have been all about it, because I had us going 9-3. To be honest with you, I had us losing to Texas, losing to LSU, and losing to Notre Dame. So I'll take 11.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can all make it in the playoff, man. We'll see.
There's a path, but it's going to take some chaos, but we'll see what happens. So with that being said, we're going to run through some of the smaller classifications also on this one. I don't have the bracket for the 1A people. 1A football in Texas, for those of y'all that aren't aware, is what we call 6-man football. If you don't know what 6-man football is, it's 11-man football with 6 people. The field's smaller. It's an 80-yard field. The sidelines are narrower. The quarterback can't get the ball and throw it immediately. If you snap it, he has to pitch it to somebody else to be able to throw it. So normally you snap it to a running back like a wildcat, and then he pitches to who would be your quarterback. Yeah, you can't throw the ball without it being pitched backwards. If you want to watch some more about it, I'll give everybody in the recommendation, go watch on Netflix. There's I think it's 2 or 3 seasons, but it's called the Texas 6.
Oh, I've heard of that.
It follows one of the teams that I'm fixing to mention here, the Strawn Greyhounds. They're one of the better 6-man football teams out there. So it's a pretty good. Hold on a second, my wife needs her backpack.
I got you, man.
Give me right back.
I'm about to ask Sean, what's the enrollment in 1A? That's got to be a couple hundred, maybe. Hey, Sean, what's the enrollment in 1A normally? About 130.
No, I'm serious.
No, I believe you. I know it. I know it's true. Yeah. Sometimes schools, they can't field a team. Sometimes
they don't have enough people to run 11 people. I mean, they don't have enough. I mean, these kids in 6A, they go both ways. There is no,
Yeah.
there's no back. I mean, a typical 6-man team might have like 12 people on the roster. There are some 6-man teams that wind up canceling the season because they have 5 injuries and they don't have enough kids to play anymore.
Right.
These are those really, really small farming towns, mostly out in West Texas. But man, those kids, some of those kids are pretty strong. I'm trying to figure out, there was a kid, I don't know what college. I know he was committed to Virginia, but I don't know if he wound up going there. I'm going to look him up. But his name was Grayson Rigdon. He was like the super 6-man guy here recently. He won a state title at Strawn, and then his dad took a coaching position at Benjamin, and he won 3 straight state titles, and he won MVPs of the game all 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You can look up, you can go on when you get a chance, look up Grayson Rigdon. His whole family is known all through the 6-man ranks. His brothers were dominant. His dad, they were all dominant. So,
so there's some talent in 6A. There's some talent in 6-man.
Well, I mean, they're talented. I mean, the kids got talent.
Well, I don't know what school it is, man, but I saw somewhere they got 2 kids on their 6-man. That one's going to Army, and the other one's going to Navy or something like that.
Probably off Gordon, to be honest. We'll talk about them in a minute. Gordon's a dominant team right now, but you'd like them. They're the Gordon Longhorns.
There you go. That's probably it right there. Touchdown.
Yeah. So it's one of those that 6-man football is just. I mean, you can say these kids all play for the love of the game in high school, but man, 6-man, those kids have nothing but to play for the love of the game.
Yeah. I
mean, Gordon and Strawn are near each other. They're like 8 miles apart. They're big rivals. They like share a gas station.
That is amazing.
It's like the gas station sits in between. It's weird, but the kids love to play.
Does every school in Texas play football if they can?
Yes,
if they can fill it in, they all play football
if they can, and if they choose to. There were some that one school over where I grew up called Cumbie. They used to never have football. Actually, I don't think they all. Goodrich, outside of up near Columbus, Cleveland area, going up that way up 59. They don't play football. They don't play football.
Okay.
For years, Brock didn't play football. It was a basketball only school, and now they're one of the premier football powers in the upper 11-man class. So it just depends on where enrollment moves. Some of these schools have 25 kids in the whole school. Some have 30. Some have, your bigger ones like your Richland Springs, which is more of a private type school, but it's not really private. They'll have somewhere upwards of 70, 80 kids, but not enough to play 11-man football.
Right.
So just a little different thing. But like I said, the Texas 6, pretty interesting watch. Kind of gives you some insights on the town. It pretty much picks, like, each episode follows one kid or a couple kids through their lifestyle and their home life and all that. Get a chance, watch it. You'll enjoy it for sure. And I can almost bet some of the other people in our viewership will too. And but before we break it down, let me go ahead and do like we always do here. Give a shout out to all of our crew at WTP Sports. You got Rob, who runs WTP for Life. You can find him on YouTube. You can find all of us on YouTube. You got Parlay Poe with the Blitzburg 86 podcast. You've got Mossberg with the Level Up Sports 10. You've got Postgame runs the Postgame 86 podcast. Sorry. Parlay Poe runs the Blitzburg podcast. Rob, I mentioned WTP for Life. You got T1 on City League TV. You can find him on Facebook and YouTube both. You got FanDuel Zaya, who runs the FanDuel Zaya podcast. And I'm SEC Sean. You can find me on there as well. You can find me on YouTube. I do a lot of high school football, do a lot of now I'm going to be doing a lot more NASCAR talk coming up. I think we're going to run a NASCAR stream on Friday. If you're watching, pop into the comments, leave questions, ask anything you want. We're here to, inform you and teach you. And if you got some questions about something you don't know, only way to find out is to ask. We'll answer them. If we don't know the answer, I'll make up something that sounds pretty good. So, without further ado, we'll jump into a little 1A. I can't get the bracket to come up, so I'm just going to kind of go through it. I'm looking at 1A Division II, which is the smallest of the small. This is the smallest people that play football in the state of Texas. And that Strawn team is sitting there. They're playing Richland Springs this weekend. They're in their state semifinals because there's less schools. So they're actually, this is their state semifinals. They'll play this week for the semifinals, and then they'll be off next week. And then when everybody else, they'll be the first games that play the following Wednesday for state championship. They get a 2-week break between, which works out because, again, injuries and stuff, that gives them 2 weeks to kind of get healed up to go play. So, but like I said, I can't get the bracket to pop up, so I'm just going to go through. Region 1, the winner of that was Klondike. Region 2 was Jayton. Region 3 was Strawn. And Region 4 was Richland Springs. My opinion on this is Strawn has looked dominant this year. They have one loss to their rival Gordon. I think they're going to get beat by Richland Springs this weekend. I think your state championship game is going to be Jayton versus Richland Springs. It wouldn't surprise me if Strawn beats Richland Springs, but I think Richland Springs is more geared for this run. So I've got Richland Springs and Jayton. I do feel like whoever wins between Strawn and Richland Springs is probably going to be your favorite. So the winner of that game is probably going to be your state champion. So I'll go Richland Springs over Jayton.
Richland Springs, they're kind of familiar. They've been there before, right?
Yeah. It went for a run there, and if you watch that show, you'll see Strawn and Richland Springs met in like their state semifinal. Sometimes the regional final based on what region, because they move around a lot in regions in that classification. But they met, man, so many numerous times in either the state semi or the regional final. Those teams were just meeting constantly. But if you watch it, you'll freak out when you see Richland Springs in their stadium for a 6-man school. They're on chartered buses that are owned by them. Richland Spring. Oh my, you'll freak out when you watch. You'll be like, where is the, that's why I said it's kind of like a private school, but it's not a private school.
Yeah.
Apparently they have a lot of money. Because I saw that. I mean, you got Strawn climbing on them old yellow dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Richland Springs climbing on a charter to go to a regular district game. And I'm just like, and then their stadium, it looks like something we would have played a playoff game at when I was at my 3A high school.
Wow.
Yeah, you'll trip out if you go watch it. You'll be like, what in the world? 1A Division 1 is going to be the next bracket we look at. Well, again, I can't get it posted, and I apologize. Your Region 1 winner was Rankin, the Red Devils. Region 2 was Water Valley. Region 3 was Union Hill, and Region 4 was the team aforementioned Gordon. In 6-man football, they do have a mercy rule. 45 points at halftime or after ends the game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gordon hasn't played a second half all year.
I think they got the two. I think they got the 2 FBS kids on that team, man.
They have 45 everybody in the first half.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
That's crazy.
They are. I think they're in a run for their 3rd straight state title. This is going for a 3-peat. And I don't care what classification you're in. You win 3 in a row, you're good.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
So, looking at the bracket, obviously, I mean, Gordon in Union Hill, Gordon should beat Union Hill. That might be the first game that they don't 45 somebody, though.
Yeah.
Which is sad that it's coming in the state semifinals. But Rankin has got a flamethrower offense. Looking at some of their scores, I mean, you know, they put up 50. I mean, I know it's 6 man. Then they put up 60. Then they put up 82 last week. And it's not. Don't think that's crazy. There's been numerous games where these teams have gone over 100 points. A couple of years ago, a team called Fannondale played a team. I don't remember who they were playing, but the final score wound up being 142 to 140. Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's a lot of offensive football in 6 man. I mean, you know, so but for my money, I'm looking at Gordon and Rankin meeting up at the state championship game, and I'm not going to go against Gordon. I just think they're too dominant. Anytime you go through an entire season doing that, I mean, they 45 points strong, and Strawn's in the state semifinals. Yes, it's a division lower, but you know how hard it is, even in any classification. If you're in the state semifinals and you get 45 earlier, like you're not going to see, a prime example, a Manville go beat North Shore by 45 points when we were playing them back in the day, and then turn around in the playoffs and beat them again by 45. You know, you're not going to beat a team like North Shore by 45, period.
Right.
So to do it to a state semifinalist is pretty impressive, no matter what the class is. That's my thoughts on 6 man football. I don't know if they play that up here in Ohio. I know Oklahoma plays 8 man, but I know some other states play 6 man football too, but I don't know if they have that up in Ohio or not. I haven't really seen about it or heard about it. So it's a way for those kids to be able to play football. High school football is king in Texas. Everybody knows that. And then these kids most of the time wouldn't be playing football if it wasn't for the rules of 6 man football. So I figure that they need to get a little bit of talk about on this podcast as well. Those kids are putting in just the same amount of work, if not more.
Probably more. You're right. Yeah.
You know,
going both ways. Yeah.
Right. So next, we're going to jump up to 2A Division 2, which is the smallest 11 man classification. Here's the bracket if we can see it. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Region 1 is Stratford and Groover, though this is mostly your way west Texas and panhandle teams. Region 2 is going to be kind of around the Metroplex, a little bit spread. You got Lindsay, and I know you've heard of Munster.
Oh, yeah. Munster.
Region 3 kind of creeps into the, you know, East Texas, North side Houston kind of stuff. You've got like, that's where Mark normally comes out of.
Yep.
But they lost to Bremen last week. Mount Enterprise, their offense is dynamic. And then I think this one is Shiner is at the bottom down here. I need to back off of this for a second. As soon as I figure out what I'm doing. Let me go back this way. It didn't pop up as big as I wanted it to, so I'm going to jump back to my other page and look at, I think it's American. Oh, Junction.
Yeah. Junction.
Okay.
So no way. All right.
Yeah. So it's Shiner and Junction in the Region 4.
Let's go Shiner.
In the bottom right. Yeah, of course. I don't follow Region 1 as much just because it's so far out there. I have heard of Stratford, and I know they're really, really good. I know of Munster. Munster's always got a solid program, those German boys out there in Munster. Shiner in Region 4 down there in the bottom right-hand corner, Shiner and Junction. Junction's most famously known for the Junction Boys.
The Junction Boys.
The Bear Bryant, when he took the A&M team out there and beat them to snot.
Beat him to snot, man. Ruined the Sugarland Express's career, man.
Yep.
Pretty much.
And then up at the top, you got Bremond and Mount Enterprise. Like I said, Mount Enterprise has got a great offense, but me looking at it right now, I think Bremond is on a mission, and I just think they're going to wind up winning that region. Junction's a good story. I like Junction, but Shiner's got the pedigree. We all know that.
Yep. Good beer too.
On the left-hand side of the bracket, Munster and Lindsay. Munster. I think we're on a collision course for Munster and Shiner in the state title game, and I don't honestly know who would win that. I'd probably go edge to Munster. I think they're a little more experienced this year. I think Shiner's got a few younger kids, like maybe sophomores and juniors, whereas Munster, I think, has a lot of seniors. And I think Munster, if I'm not mistaken, won state last year. So I'd probably lean a Munster Shiner state championship, with Shiner falling to Munster, but it wouldn't shock me to see Shiner win it. Just that pedigree.
Yeah.
You know, there's something else out there. Shiner, home of the Brooks brothers and cousin to former University of Texas running back Jonathan Brooks.
Oh yeah, he's from out there.
He's not from Shiner.
Yeah.
He's from Hallettsville.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Hallettsville. Okay,
but they're all cousins. Him and the number 25 on Texas A&M, Dalton Brooks, was from Shiner, and his brother Dylan Brooks was from Shiner too.
Wow.
Yeah, and they were all cousins. And I think Jonathan Brooks is with the Panthers now. I think.
He may be. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Shiner, Texas.
Yeah, Moss said he can barely see us. I don't know why. You don't need to worry about seeing us, Moss. There's nothing pretty to look at over here.
No.
Next, you'll jump up to 2A Division I, which up at the top left, you've got what is, it says West Texas. It's actually called Stinnett, West Texas. Cisco, probably one of my favorite mottos in all of college football. Their motto is, "We're Cisco, we're the big damn Lobos." I don't know. I just think it's neat. Bottom, you got Hamilton and Axtell. Jumping over to Region 3, you've got Joaquin and San Augustine. In Region 4, you have Mason and Refugio.
Ooh, we already know.
Yeah. Refugio beat the brakes off of Ganado, which was the division. This was the defending champion last year, was Ganado.
Right, yeah.
And they beat them 40-13. Refugio's a machine. That's just all there is to it. They're one
of those towns, man, for sure.
You know, when they were in the same classification, you could always pencil Refugio or Shiner in the state championship game. I think this bracket runs through Refugio. They're undefeated. They've been smashing everybody. I've got this bracket breaking down with Refugio coming out of the right side and Cisco coming out of the left side, and I've got Refugio beating them in the state championship game. Stinnett, West Texas has a pretty good offense. I think Cisco's defense is better. Joaquin actually finished 4th in their district, and now they're in the regional final. And they finished. Nice. They're out of the same district as San Augustine, the team they're playing, and obviously San Augustine beat them earlier in the year. But,
that's awesome. 4th in their district.
Yeah,
man, that's great for those seniors, man. That's awesome, man.
Well, you get a lot of that where people say that there's too many teams make the playoffs now, but you know, look at this 4th. If you only had 2 teams make the playoffs, they don't have it. They were 4th.
Yep.
And they've got a chance if they can beat St. Augustine to be in the state semifinals. So I think this is Refugio's to lose, to be honest. I don't see it being any really much of a challenge. Wrong button. Let's see. So next we'll move into 3A Division 2, which you've got, again, these are all teams up in the Panhandle area in Region 1. You've probably heard of Canadian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Idalou just beat them. And Wall.
What?
Yeah. Region 2, you've got Leonard. I think that's Leonard. Yeah, I think that's Leonard. Taking on everybody. You've heard Gunter, too.
Mm-hmm.
Gunter is actually going for the 4 this year. And over on the right-hand side of the bracket, you got ARP and Newton. People have heard of Newton. And then in the bottom half, you've got Tidehaven and East Bernard. I'll be honest with you, this bracket should run through Tidehaven and Gunter. Tidehaven is really good.
Yeah, and Gunter's the usual suspect, I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Gunter has won this region like 9 years in a row.
Yeah.
And like they're just a power machine. What's crazy is their coach resigned out of the blue before the season started too.
And then didn't skip a beat, huh?
Nope. But those good programs don't.
No, you're right.
Especially if the coach leaves later in the after the season, in the middle of they have plenty of time. Or if he leaves late, then they just promote from within because they don't have time to go find a coach. And a lot of times that's why a coach will do that. So this bracket's going to come up at Tidehaven and Gunter. I don't know. Tidehaven is really good, but never been that far. I don't, not a lot of experience that deep. Gunter's been there, done that. It's hard to 4-peat in the state of Texas. It's hard. It's hard to 3-peat, but it's hard to 4-peat. Very, very few teams have done it.
Yeah.
I think the last one to 4-peat was probably Sealy in the early 90s.
They definitely won 3 in a row for sure. I know that.
Sealy won 4. I know that because they beat up my team twice. So that's kind of where I'm at with 3A Division 2. 3A Division 1, this is where my alma mater lies, and we got beat 49-48 last week.
Tough one.
I went for 2 in the win. To be honest, I think this region is going to come down. The Region 1 just really can't kind of compete with Region 2, I don't believe, athletically. Paradise is pretty good, but you got Pottsboro and Grandview down here in Region 2. I got to ride with Grandview, mainly because they beat my alma mater. Yoakum and Columbus. Columbus is extremely good up in Region 2. And then in Region 4, it's probably the best matchup of this round, which is the Llano Yellow Jackets and the Edna Cowboys.
Edna Cowboys.
I honestly don't know if that's going to be a coin flip game to me. So I really don't know. Whoever wins that's going to go to the state championship game. I just don't know who to even pick in that one. But I think Region 2 is going to be your state champion, whether it's Grandview or Pottsboro. I think that's your state champion coming out of this bracket.
Let's go Grandview.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
Now we're getting up into some bigger boys. You'll know a little bit. You've got a little bit more on this. 4A Division 2. This is where everybody's monster lives.
Big boy. Big win all the time.
That would be over here on the, well, we'll start at the top. You got Midland, Greenwood, and Brock. There's that Brock school I mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
In Region 2, you've got a final, regional final of Athens and Carthage.
I drive through Carthage a few times going up to Arkansas.
Yeah, not much there, but
not much there except a sign in the gas station and all the championships.
Yeah, pretty soon they're going to have one of those bigger billboards.
It's title. They call it Title Town over there.
Well, they may have to fight
a lot of title towns out there. But.
Yeah, Alito's one, but Carthage is crazy story. That head coach over there at Carthage, Surratt, he has more state championship trophies than he does playoff losses.
Yeah, well,
he's got like 7 state championships and 5 losses in the playoffs. That's just an insane stat.
Yeah, that is insane, man. I'm surprised it's a nice job, but I'm surprised he's not in the 6A ranks or in college, coaching in college.
North Texas may make that phone call. Region 3, this is the region Doug and I was telling him about off air. This was the region that was loaded with blue bloods in the regional semifinal round. West Orange Stark went against Sealy, and Lamarck went against Waco La Vega. That is 4 of the perennial powers in the state of Texas in their classification. Lamarck is down near Houston, and for those that don't know, Lamarck went to 7 consecutive state championship games. They didn't win them all, but they went to them, and that's a streak that I don't ever see being broken.
Mm-hmm. They won 3 and lost 3. I thought it was 6. I guess
I think it was 7. I think they lost 4 and won 3.
Okay, I know they lost to Stephenville 3 times, and they beat Denison 3 times.
And then they lost beat the same Stephenville, I think, the last one.
Wow.
They went like a negative 3-peat, a positive 3-peat, and then a loss of 1. I'll relook that up again. I've got the magazine out in the other room.
And it was crazy. I was in high school, man, and I remember Lamarck back then because I used to play Galveston ball every week. I mean, every season. And dude, it blew my mind every time Lamarck would lose to Stephenville.
Yeah.
But I know now. But back then, I was like, what?
Well, Stephenville had them quarterbacks out there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Kendall Bryles, man, that's a name you might want to throw around. He's a coordinator at somewhere. I can't remember now.
Yeah, I don't remember where he's the coordinator at. That's Art Bryles' kid, by the way.
Yeah, Art Bryles' kid.
This region, or this whole bracket here, the right-hand side is Cuero and Sinton on the bottom down in Region 4. I think whoever comes out of Region 3 is going to win that side of the bracket. I believe it's probably going to be Waco La Vega. They run that slot T, which is the devil.
It is.
God, that offense. It's hard to explain, but anybody watching, you want to know what the slot T is, go look up the slot T offense in Texas high school, and it is the hardest thing to prepare for.
Worst thing to prepare
than the wishbone.
All you got to do is line up wrong one time, man, and it's to the house. It's crazy.
And it's fullback dive, end around. There's so much misdirection. It's crazy. You wonder why it's not run more at the higher levels, but those. Yeah. That's what it's called. Slot T is the devil. I think Carthage comes out of this, and I don't think it's going to be close. I think Carthage runs through this whole bracket. I'm waiting until Wednesday, actually, early signing day. Their running back, number 1 running back in Texas from Carthage, is committed to A&M.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought he was looking at Texas.
No, he shut down his commitment like last month and said, "I'm done. I'm locked in 100%."
Okay.
And he told managing editor for Dave Campbell's, Greg Powers, the recruiting guy, he said, "No, there's no flipping. I'm A&M." So
Good. I'm glad he's going to be here.
yeah, at least he's staying in the state.
Yep. That's good.
So that's Carthage. Everybody knows that Carthage is just a machine. We'll jump over to 4AD1 real quick. 4AD1, you got West Plains and there's Stephenville in Region 1. Region 2, you got Alvarado and Salina.
Salina.
Region 3, you've got Kilgore and a newer school out of the greater Houston area, Fort Bend Crawford.
That's
They've
right.
been open 2 years. I think this is their second year of varsity football, and they're in the regional semifinals. And then in the bottom half, you've got San Antonio, Davenport, and Lavernia. Davenport should beat Lavernia. I'm going Kilgore over Crawford. Kilgore is just another one of those East Texas teams. They just line up and punish you with a running attack right down your throat. Can you stop it? And most people can't. Stephenville, definitely, I've got Stephenville over West Plains. And I've got Salina over Alvarado, which gives us Stephenville, Salina, Kilgore, and then the San Antonio Davenport. Kilgore should pretty much make the state title game.
That's Stephenville, Salina, man. That should have been a state championship game, man.
Right. That's kind of where you're looking at. That Stephenville Salina game is going to be interesting. I think Stephenville's offense is just gonna. I think Stephenville beats Salina.
They still pitch it around over there, huh? They built that new stadium, Art Briles friggin' stadium. It's beautiful, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, millions. I don't even know how much it was. Probably like 40. Who knows?
They didn't have a choice though. Tarleton told them you can't use Tarleton anymore because Tarleton was transitioning to Division I football.
Yeah.
And they can't play high school games on the college campus. So, I mean, I guess they could do playoff games there, but not like every game, So they had to build a new stadium. There's money out there too. Don't think there's not in Stephenville. All them big ranches out there. Yeah, come on.
I was about to say, man, it's a farm town. I thought it was more of a middle class, but I think they got some money out there too.
All ranches. Ty Murray, all them boys are from out there. I think Stephenville gets Salina, and I think you're going to get a Stephenville-Kilgore state title game. I think Kilgore beats Stephenville too in the state title game. I think Kilgore's my pick for state this year. I think that Kilgore defense and the Kilgore running attack will limit Stephenville's opportunities. I mean, you look at the scores Kilgore's put up in the playoffs. They won their first round game 41-14. They beat Stafford out of the Houston area 42-0, and they beat Bridge City out near Beaumont 34-0. They've pitched back-to-back shutouts in rounds 2 and 3 of the playoffs. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at with Region 3, or I'm sorry, with 4A Division 1. That'll clear out most of the smaller. Now we'll get into Surratt doesn't have 10 titles. WPP for life. I'm going to answer that question real quick. Carthage might have 10. But I don't believe Surratt has won 10 titles already.
That would be ridiculous.
5A Division 1 or Division 2. I'm sorry. This is where you start getting into, as it's called, big boy. These are some of your more well-known programs throughout the state. Your top bracket, Melissa and Argyle.
Whew, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, well, how about your next one in Region 2, South Oak Cliff and P&G, Port Neches Groves?
Yeah, that's not a state championship this year either. That's
No,
crazy.
it was, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, like a couple years in a row, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be the right-hand side of the bracket in the upper Region 3 is the matchup everybody's been drooling for, and that's Richmond Randall and Iowa Colony.
The rematch.
These two teams, Iowa Colony and Richmond Randall, are in the same district. I'll get back to them in a minute. And then in the bottom, you've got Bernie and San Antonio Alamo Heights. If you go back and watch the first episode, I told you either Bernie or Bernie Champion is good every year. They alternate. It's like they trade kids. I don't know what's going on, but Bernie apparently is it this year. I don't know that it really matters who wins that game between Bernie and Alamo Heights. They're going to get smashed in the next round by the winner of the Iowa Colony Richmond Randall game.
You think Randall's going to get it?
I'll jump to that one in last. That one I'm going to set for last because that's going to be a breakdown right there. Melissa and Argyle. Melissa's actually come on the radar in the past couple of years.
Yep.
Argyle was a dominant 4A football team. And then they moved up based on their enrollment to 5A. And everybody's like, well, let's see how they haven't missed a beat. They're just cruising. They just blast people. I mean, they had a little bit of a push last week from Prosper Walnut Grove, brand new school up there. Got a little push, 50. I think it was 56-42. I don't even know. It may have even been like 56-28, and then a couple of window dressing scores. I don't know.
Yeah,
but that South Oak Cliff Port Neches Grove game is going to be. I mean, South Oak Cliff. I don't think you can go against them.
Dude, I don't think so either, man. Not this year. I mean, they dominated North Shore this year to start the season. That I was like, what in the world?
And for people that wonder, North Shore is a 6A Division 1 program, so that is 4 classifications above this. North Shore's South Oak Cliff's probably sitting with 1,800 kids.
Yeah, something
North
like
Shore's
that.
sitting over 4,000. And South
4,500 probably. Yeah.
You want to talk about belt to ass? South Oak Cliff, they did that. They took them behind the woodshed. They took their lunch money. Whatever else you want to say, that's what South Oak Cliff did to Galena Park North Shore.
Yeah, North Shore went all the way up to Dallas for that, man.
Yeah, they had to ride back, and I know that was not a fun ride home.
Not for them.
Now, P&G plays that scrappy, funky, just Golden Triangle football. I mean, their coach, they got a pretty good head coach.
Pretty good last name.
Pretty good pedigree over there. Yeah. I don't know his first name, but I know his last name's Joseph.
Right.
Anybody curious? That would be the head coach of probably one of the most recognized programs in the state of Texas nationwide, Katy. I would say they're probably the biggest name brand nationwide. People, if you say about Katy High School, people in other states would be like, yeah, we've heard of them. Yeah, that's his son out there, and they're good. I still have a trouble going against South Oak Cliff.
Yeah, me too. And I picked Port Neches. I think we picked Port Neches last time.
I think so.
Win state, but man, I don't know, man. It might be South Oak Cliff's year.
Well, I mean,
again,
yeah. And for even the guys in the normal WTP guys, They like that city league, like the local Columbus city leagues and stuff like that. Well, that's Dallas, Texas city is what that is. That's a
South side of
DISD
Dallas,
school.
man.
Yep, that's where the
You
cotton.
know, when they came down to North Shore last year, and North Shore took care of them last year, like 33-0. But when they came down there, that was the furthest South Oak Cliff has traveled in almost 40 years. It's from south of Dallas to east of Houston.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. I got South Oak Cliff coming out of this left side of the whole bracket. I think they'll beat PNG, and I think they beat whoever else comes out. Now, them and Argyle, it could be a hell of a game. But
yeah,
I think South Oak Cliff gets them. I think Bernie will obviously win that. Now, Region 3, Richmond Randall and Iowa Colony are two extremely new high schools, loaded with talent. Richmond Randall is over by like Sugarland, Richmond, Rosenberg area in Texas. Iowa Colony sits right on Highway 288 south of Houston, between Manville and Angleton.
Nice neighborhoods out there.
Yeah, very nice.
Very, very, very brand new.
They're in the same district. Iowa Colony, I think, has 3 losses in the past 2 years, and all 3 are Richmond Randall.
Yeah.
They played this year. Iowa Colony jumped on them 21-0 and lost 49-42. I don't think Iowa Colony would let that happen again if they get the lead. I don't know that they can get the lead. Richmond Randall has got a running back who is a monster.
Man, they score so fast with that guy.
Yeah. He went for 319 last week.
He's a dart, man.
Yeah.
Really is.
I think he's a junior, too. I'd love to see Iowa Colony win just because they're right there near where my kids went to school in Manville. I just think Richmond Randall I think they've got it this year. I'm going to take Richmond Randall. I'm going to put Richmond Randall and South Oak Cliff in the state championship game. And, brother, that is must-watch TV.
I'm going for Randall, man. I know that much.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go for the Houston area school. But,
Definitely,
man, you want to talk about must-watch TV? If you can
It'll
find
be
a
on
way
film.
to watch that game, you better find. I don't care if you're in Alaska. I don't care if you're in Panama City, Panama. I don't care if you're in Europe. You better find a way because that is must-watch TV right there.
It's going to be a Friday night game. Probably, huh?
It possibly. I'd have to look and see how the schedule falls out.
Or maybe a Saturday early
it's either
game.
Friday at 7 p.m. or Saturday at 11 a.m. To me, that
They should make that prime time.
Yeah, that game needs to be Friday night. That's like that Manville Highland Park game in 2017. That game wouldn't have done the justice at 11 a.m.
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah.
So then we'll jump over to 5AD1. 5AD1. Now you got the bet. We'll save the Region 1 for last because that's Denton, Ryan, Alito. We'll save Region 2 for second to the last. That's Frisco Lone Star Highland Park. To the right side of the bracket in Region 4, this hadn't been updated when I saved the picture, but I already know who I can fill in Region 3. So there's a team missing. There's some missing in 6A too, but I know who it is. Region 4, you've got, I think the easy pick is Smithson Valley taking on New Braunfels.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, New Braunfels is the only team I know of that has a mascot of the unicorns.
Unicorns.
The
So if
team
you've never seen a
Grandview-
unicorn,
The team Grandview we talked about earlier is the only team I know of that is the Zebras. So, little fun fact. We
They got the short ones out there somewhere.
Yeah, we have Schulenburg.
Yeah.
We have some weird mascots in Texas. We have the Progresso Red Ants. I mean, you've got some weird ones.
El Campo Rice Birds, man.
So, Robstown has the weirdest of all, and I'm not going to mention it on this stream. You want to know what Robstown's mascot is? Feel free to go Google it. You will freak out when you find out what it is. Yeah, we got the Frost Polar Bears, the Winters Blizzards. Some of them make sense.
Yeah.
Some don't. So, anyway, I think Smithson Valley smashes New Braunfels. Smithson Valley is just another one of those machine teams out of the greater San Antonio area.
Northside, yeah.
Yeah, Northside ISD over there in San Antonio. Region 3, you've got Port Arthur Memorial going against Barbers Hill.
Barbers Hill, man. Good old Mount Bellevue people, huh?
That's it.
Yeah.
Port Arthur Memorial had always been known to choke.
Mm-hmm.
How many years were they? You can remember years, even when I was down there, when they were, Port Arthur Memorial's undefeated, rolling everybody.
Yeah.
And they get to the playoffs and lose in the first round.
Yep. Yeah, they're beating Westbrook and Ozen and all them, man. They're beating up everybody.
When they went to the playoffs one year, they were like 11-0, ranked number 1 in the state in their classification. And Hightower went out there as the 4 seed and smashed them at Port Arthur Memorial at home.
Oh, wow. That's rough.
Because it was, the home and home thing. The top seed gets the home game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. Port Arthur Memorial, Barbers Hill. I'm going to go with Port Arthur Memorial. I just think that team is on a mission this year to kind of get further than they've gone. And I'm not sure Barbers Hill. I'm almost positive that Barbers Hill is in the same district with them. I could be wrong.
Probably are.
I could be wrong about that, but either way, I'm going Port Arthur Memorial.
Yeah, me too.
Barbers Hill has to almost win shootouts, I think. And I just don't think they can compete with the shootouts of them Port Arthur boys walking them. The Port Arthur Memorial boys walking off the bus is a sight to see.
Oh, yeah. Plus, Barbers Hill, that's a softball school anyways.
Yeah.
Really
they're
is.
really good at girls' sports.
They are.
So we'll jump over to Region 2, which is Frisco Lone Star against the winningest program in the history of the state of Texas, the Highland Park Scots. These two
legendary coach.
Right, Randy Allen. You asked about his name last time on the podcast, and I couldn't remember. I felt like an idiot because he beat us. And then, like, literally 30 minutes after the podcast, I was like, damn it, Randy Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Frisco Lone Star. That team's good.
Yeah, they got a ton. I think they got a 5-star wide receiver, I think.
They got a couple of running backs. That team is really, really
I mean, that's never scared Highland Park anyways, a bunch of FBS kids. They're programmed football. Yeah, but
I mean, we had 5 kids go to Texas A&M off that Manville team that Highland Park beat, and we had like 14 Division I's on that whole team. They had like 4.
Yep. Yeah.
So Highland Park doesn't care what you have. They're gonna line up and play Highland Park football.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lone Star gets them. I really do. I think Lone Star is just really, really good. I think Lone Star is more complete on both sides of the ball. I think Lone Star can get a stop. This Highland Park team has been giving up a lot more points than I'm used to seeing a Randy Allen coach team give up. I'm kind of leery on that a little bit, but I'll take Lone Star over Highland Park.
Yeah, I think you're right.
the matchup of the best matchup in this bracket is 6A Region 1. Denton Ryan and Aledo.
Rematch.
Yeah, they've played. They're in the same district. Aledo has not lost a district game. I want to say this, it's up to like 90 something now, and maybe even in the hundreds by now. They haven't lost it. Denton Ryan had them down 14-0, I believe, and wound up losing 15-14 or something like that.
Yeah, 5 point. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's playoff time, man. I gotta go with Aledo.
I don't.
I mean, Dan Ryan's good, man. They got this tight end, defensive end, whatever he is. He's a big boy. I think he's only a junior, and he's gotten like 40, 50 offers, man. So
yeah,
but,
I mean, I'm torn in that one.
It's hard to beat a team twice.
It is, and I'd say if you want to go with experience, you'd go with Aledo. But Denton Ryan's been there just as
Yeah, you're right.
I would tell you right now, if this is the 11 a.m. game on Saturday, or not Saturday, but if you had the ability to watch that Richmond Randall game and then turn around and flip over and watch this game, oh man, you'd make your whole afternoon right there. You wouldn't even need to worry about the college football championship games. Just watch this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Denton Ryan just because I think you're going Aledo. Just to be.
I'm going Aledo.
I think whoever wins that beats Frisco Lone Star or Highland Park. And I think I think that right there is your state championship game, in my opinion. That's your state champion right there. Aledo, Denton Ryan. Whoever wins that, more than likely going to win state.
Yep. Absolutely, man.
We'll see what we got here. We'll remove 5A. Now we get to 6A Division 2. Top half of the bracket, you've got Denton Geyer, and they didn't put it in there, but it's South Lake Carroll. Denton Geyer, for those curious, isn't that let me see, Jackson Arnold went there.
Mm-hmm.
Eli Stowers from Vanderbilt went there.
Yep.
Owen boys over at Oklahoma both went there. Good program.
Yeah, the quarterback went to Texas. What was his name? He was really good, but in high school, but he didn't do nothing.
He went to Texas?
Yeah, went to Texas, man. He was God, what's his name, man?
Well, that's where I know Eli Stowers went to A&M. He was the quarterback at Geyer, and then A&M made him a tight end. I don't remember.
I think it was back during like Charlie Strong years, I think, man.
Oh, may have been.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and try to look up that.
But he was a 5-star, man.
I'm not well versed in the history of Texas.
Can't remember his name.
Longhorn football.
If you say so, Sean.
So you've got South Lake Carroll and Denton Geyer. We'll get to that one in a minute.
Gerard Hurd. That was him.
Really?
Gerard Hurd. He went to Texas.
Okay. I know Gerard Hurd. I've heard of him. I didn't remember him going to Denton Geyer, but
yeah,
thought he was at Ryan.
No, he's that Geyer.
Either way.
Yeah.
We'll get to Region 1. That's going to be South Lake Carroll should fill in it with Denton Geyer. Region 2 will be Willis versus DeSoto. Take the over. Take the over. Take the over.
Take the over on that one.
Disclaimer, there is no gambling on Texas high school football.
No, there
isn't. Gamble on high school football. But
man, that Willis team is nice.
Take the over.
Oh, you know that Bishop Jr. guy, he's a nephew of Michael Bishop, who played quarterback at Kansas State.
Yeah,
I think it was Glenn first. And
you talking about the kid from
the kid from Willis.
Kid from Willis is a freshman quarterback. Frazier's.
No. I'm talking about the wide receiver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bishop Jr.
That freshman at Willis, go watch him. Go watch his highlights. He's a freshman.
Was a quarterback?
Yeah, Willis, go watch him. He's a freshman.
Oh,
Go watch him.
that kid's a freshman, dude. I've seen some highlights. That dude's a freshman. That's sick.
Yeah.
And they got a tight end going to U of H, I think, or
Willis, doormat of
Willis.
Texas high school football for years, is now just
Isn't that crazy?
talent. DJ Lagway out of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
They beat
freshman.
the
Already, I mean, he obviously already holds an A&M offer, and I'm sure he's going to get tons more if he doesn't already have them.
Wow.
But as a freshman, to be that, and this is supposed to be a down year for Willis too. I'll take it down here in the regional final.
Yeah.
Region 3, you get a rematch from a district game earlier in the year, CE King and Summer Creek.
CE King dominated that game.
Boy, yeah, they did. Region 4, you got some really good matchups in this whole bracket here now. Region 4, you've got Vandergrift, who was my pick to win this region.
Yep,
and
sure was.
Springs. So, Dripping Springs Vandergrift. I don't know that. I'm going Vandergrift because I had them winning this region at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Dripping Springs. I think I went with them.
I think you did too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with that.
Top half of the bracket. I'm pretty sure I took CE King. I think you took Summer Creek.
I did, man, but I don't think that's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Do you believe CE King missed the playoffs last year?
Yeah.
That's probably why they got a new coach. They got a first-year coach, and look what he's doing, man. I don't know his name, but I will soon.
Right. That east side, Humble, Atascocita, east side of Houston is just stacked. Even Kingwood College Park over there.
Yeah, everybody but Channelview. Ever since Jalen left.
Yeah.
Jalen Bird. Yeah.
Is his dad still a coach over there?
I think he is. I don't know. He might be. He's been there a long time.
Out of that, I'll take CE King out of Region 3. I got a CE King Vandergrift. You're going to have what? CE King Drip?
Yeah, I'm going to go CE King. I'm going to have to change it.
Yeah.
I'm going CE King with that, yeah.
Region 1, South Lake Carroll, Denton Geyer. Denton Geyer's good. South Lake Carroll's different.
Yeah.
Don't bet against South Lake Carroll. And if you go back and watch, if you remember, I told you South Lake Carroll was in the dirtier side of that bracket with the landmines they could encounter, with Prosper and all that sitting over there.
Mm-hmm.
They just handled business.
Yeah, they had to play that game at midnight, man, because of the rain. They didn't get done till like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 in the morning.
That's what happened with that Commerce Grandview game. It got delayed at like 8:30 Central Time and didn't restart till almost midnight.
Wow.
Yeah. Region 2, you've got DeSoto and Willis. I like the kid. I like Willis. I don't know that a freshman against DeSoto is what the option I want to take. I've got DeSoto winning that, which is going to set up DeSoto, South Lake Carroll.
South Lake, you know what? They've always handled DeSoto, except for that a couple years ago when DeSoto won the state championship.
Yep.
And I think South Lake was maybe a foot away from sending that game into overtime.
Yeah.
So it took history. I don't know, man. I'd have to go with South Lake anyways because
that's South Lake this year. I don't think you vote against South Lake this year.
They got 8 or 9 Division I's, mostly Power 4 on the offense, 11 senior lettermen on defense. It's crazy.
Look at the potential matchup, though. This is just funny to me. You could have South Lake Carroll, rich neighborhood against the CE King. One of the most non-richest neighborhoods in Texas, in Houston.
Yep.
You talk about
it.
Yeah. CE King, though, that team came out of nowhere. here recently. They were another doormat like a Willis, and now they're there. But I think South Lake Carroll definitely takes out this bracket. Probably going to get more of a South Lake Carroll, either Dripping or Vandergrift. I think your state title game comes out of Region 1 and Region 4. I'm not sure that Region 3. I think Region 3 has the athletes, but I think Region 4 has the physical side.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So I'd go with
I'm
something
hoping CEK. I'm pulling CEK. I hope they win
Oh
state.
yeah, I'll always pull for the Houston teams, but I just think physicality that deep in the playoffs is going to play a big part.
Yeah.
Final bracket. Couple more teams not filled in here, but it's North Crowley versus Allen in Region 1. Region 2 is a rematch of a district game from earlier, Duncanville and Waxahachie.
Mm-hmm.
Region 3, pretty tasty little matchup there. Galena Park, North Shore, the aforementioned, and the Dickinson Gators, the alma mater of who?
Andre Ware.
There we go.
Yep.
You'll hear him
One
on
horse
ESPN, GATA. You'll hear him doing games on ESPN doing it.
You know what? If you ever had a chance, go on YouTube and look up Dickinson Gator football vertical alignment, and it's an in-depth look on how they get their youth football programs and their feeder schools in line with their high schools. They bring these youth football coaches in, they coach them up, they teach them schemes and fundamentals, show them how they teach it, so that way they can teach it. So by the time the kids get to Dickinson, they already know half of what they're doing. So it's pretty interesting stuff. You want to look that up. Vertical alignment, Dickinson Gators football.
Well, that's cool. I'll go check that one out.
Yeah.
Same thing I think Kerry Joseph used to do at Katy before Katy exploded to like 15 schools.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep. So you got North Shore and Dickinson there. Bottom half, you've got San Antonio Johnson and the mighty Lake Travis Cavaliers, who, by the way, we were talking about this last time. They have 6 state titles.
Okay, they got 6 of them.
They have 5 down the L and then 1 on the T.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have 6. San Antonio Johnson is good, but Lake Travis is really good.
Yeah.
Lake Travis has won so many different ways too. They've won games where they were trailing the whole game and came back at the end and won. They've won games where they've just blown teams out of the water. They've won. They just want a little bit of different style. Plus, they've got the pedigree of being there. So, I'll take Lake Travis out of Region 4. Region 3, North Shore and Dickinson, man. I'd like to see Dickinson do it, but I think North Shore is catching their stride.
Yeah, I think you're right too, man. They've been playing really well in the playoffs, and I like to see Dickinson too, man. They're undefeated. They're having a great year, man. But no, man, I got the show. I got North Shore.
That's me. Plus, you're going to get that matchup, I think, if you get North Shore and Lake Travis. It seems like it's either North Shore Lake Travis or North Shore Austin Westlake.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It wouldn't be. I'm not going to be upset if it's Dickinson. I'm not, but I think you go with the pedigree, and it's been a while since Dickinson's been this far.
Yeah, it has been a while. You're right.
North Shore, you can pretty much always pencil North Shore into this round of the playoffs at minimum. Yep. Region 1, North Crowley and Allen. I'm going to stick with North Crowley. That was my pick. I said we were going to get a back-to-back in this classification. I'm going to stick with North Crowley. They kind of scared me in one of their games. I think it was against I don't remember who it was against, but they kind of gave me a little bit of a scare. I like North Crowley over Allen.
Yeah, I mean, I picked Allen earlier, so
Yeah,
I guess I'm gonna stick with that one, even though I think North Crowley may pull it off, but I think Allen's still undefeated, aren't they?
yeah.
Yeah, they haven't lost a game. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Allen. I'll keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a rematch down in this bottom in Region 2, Duncanville and Waxahachie. And if I'm not mistaken, Waxahachie beat them earlier.
They sure did, man. It was an upset. It was earlier in the season. But yeah, Waxahachie got him.
I'm going to look that up real quick.
That's why I like Duncanville this time.
Yeah, they beat them 27-28.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. God. Man, are we on board again for another Duncanville North Shore matchup?
Man, it could be, man. You know what?
Was that 5 out of the last 6 years?
Has it been that many already?
It's either
because last year was North Crowley, and the year before that, yeah, man,
it might be 4 out of the last 6, but it's an insane amount.
Yeah. No, that is insane.
So yeah, I mean Duncanville and Waxahachie. I think Duncanville gets them. And then I think you get
some fast options and something to win on deal-com. And today,
what are you doing? Are you deal dashing over there? What are you doing? So I think you're leading. I think you're going to have a Final Four of North Shore, Lake Travis, Duncanville, and of course I said North Crowley. You said Allen.
Yeah.
That's 4 tasty matchups right there. No matter who, North Crowley or Allen versus Duncanville is going to be a great game.
Yeah, it is.
North Shore and Lake Travis is going to be. There is no bad teams at this point. You're talking.
No.
You're talking 8 teams left in each classification. There is no weak ones left. You're halfway through a playoff run to win state. So yeah. We'll see how it breaks down from there. But some really, really intriguing matchups this weekend coming up, along with some through all the classifications. There's some really, really intriguing matchups everywhere. This is when the rubber meets the road in the state. Our old coach Kirk Martin at Manville High School posted his thing that always said headhunters play in December.
That's a good one.
And that's what we took that year. We went to the state title game. That's what he's always told the kids, we'll see how it shakes out. It's going to be interesting. That is for sure. We got some good matchups coming up. Like I said, if you've got the ability and you can get to Victory Plus on a smart TV, it's an app you can get. They broadcast some of the high school football games, and they also have the high school scoreboard show, which is I think is Saturday at 11:30 our time. Either way, you can find it on there. where they break down pretty much all the highlights and stuff and show you all the different teams and players and interview coaches and stuff on there. Good little place to get some content if you're curious. For the guys up here in Ohio, that's there's some names y'all will probably be hearing coming to the Ohio State University for sure out of that state. So, and some of the better talent you'll see all around the nation. So these kids going to different schools. So,
well, they definitely got some Ohio State commitments. I know Brock Boyd, he's 5-star wide receiver from South Lake Carroll.
Yep.
Check that kid out, man. He's a real deal. Y'all gonna like him a lot. So I think, yeah.
So
I think Ohio State, ever since they got David Boston, man, they never left. You know, they kept recruiting.
Well, Garrett Wilson, that was a little different one because he was from Columbus. He was born and lived up here, and then his family moved down there. So he had always grown up a Buckeye.
Okay.
So that one was a little different. But Jackson Smith from Rockwall, you know, he came up here. Dude, you know, it's just how they go. Fandle Zaya in the chat. We know about Brock Boyd, baby. Let's go. I promise you, if there's one person that's gonna know about Brock Boyd, it was gonna be that guy right there, Fandle Zaya. Yeah, there's some other ones out there for sure.
Man, do you happen to catch that Katy game in Summer Creek, man?
I haven't yet. No.
Man, that was a heartbreaker.
That
was a heartbreaker for Katy, man.
Yeah, I saw the final play. Could have been a pick play on the wide receiver. Could have been called offensive PI. Don't think you're going to make that call at that point of a football game in the high school playoffs, though.
And I could be wrong, man, but I don't think Katy has any FBS kids. And I apologize if I'm wrong, man. But I tell you what, man, they played Katy football, man. You know, they scored on the very first play. I know it doesn't surprise you.
No.
On the very first play. And of course, you know what it was. It was a good old
student body run.
You know, it was like you know, the old good old pull the guard and tackle, you know.
Yeah.
And kids have been running that play probably most of their lives.
Yeah.
They hit it.
I mean, I saw the final play. I haven't watched the whole game yet, but I did see the final play. Like I said, could have been called offensive PI. Don't think you make that call at that point of the game. I understand Gary Joseph was mad, and I understand why, but I think if he looks back on it, he'd want the same thing to know. He would say that's a no call.
Gary Joseph was losing his mind because of a blocked field goal, blocked extra point. I think he said that they might have got some elevation behind it. You know, he might have jumped on somebody, and they missed it.
Well, again, you don't want the refs to decide the game, but I mean, you know, Gary Joseph will look back and tell you they should have never been in that position.
Yeah,
you know. So yeah, we're creeping. We got a couple more weeks left of high school ball there. Some good, really good matchups. Don't think we got any stuff in the. Let me see. Let's see. Not really much in the chat. No. So, yeah, it's been one of those things. I'm pretty sure we're going to be on tomorrow. I don't know what your schedule's like. Pretty sure we're going to be on tomorrow because the playoff, you know, of course, will come out tomorrow. The new rankings from the committee. So I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm sure we're going to be on then. I know there'll be content posted on all these different channels throughout the week. For everybody out there, go hit up all those channels, like them, subscribe them, follow them up, do some stuff there. There's good content on all there. We'll be throwing, probably going to throw my third part of my NASCAR for beginners this Friday. So there'll be some more NASCAR stuff coming out for people that got questions and want asked. Legend Bays High School. Not sure I know. Legend Bays.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
Me neither. Oh, that's the guy. That's the quarterback. That's why it didn't make sense. Legend Bay, he's damn it, was it North Crowley? North Forney. He's from North Forney. They got knocked out. They got knocked out last week or week before. I think he's another Ohio State commit, though, quarterback. If I'm not mistaken. Did he commit to Ohio State, Zay? Yeah. Apparently he said he's going to play running back or / wide receiver at Ohio State. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. He's good. That North Forney team, they had a good running back there too, and I can't remember his name either right offhand, but he was a good running back.
Jackrabbits, right?
Forney? No, Forney is the Jackrabbits.
That's
I don't know what North Forney is. I don't know what North Forney is. It's weird. They got some cool looking uniforms though. I mean, they do. They look pretty neat. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. He runs a 10 300-yard dash. That doesn't surprise me.
Damn.
Forney, back in the day, had a kid by the name of DeBrian Blanton. Went to ran track at Oklahoma. Saw that kid in an indoor track meet run the 60-meter, pull his hamstring halfway through, and he had such a big lead halfway through a 60-meter race, he coasted to the end and won.
With a torn hand?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
Crazy,
that kid was fast. So, we might have to, since I got Zay and all them in the chat there, we might have to see about throwing something down Wednesday with early signing day.
Hey, man. I love recruiting, man.
Oh yeah, me too. But get together, go through some of the, everybody like Zay, of course, the Ohio State. We got some Michigan guys on here. Got a Notre Dame guy. You're a Longhorn. You got a Florida State guy. You got me and Aggie. We can kind of go through and touch base on some of our top signees from the early signing period. And just kind of look around and then see what everybody thinks. I mean, we'll see. See what's going on Wednesday and go from there with it. And like I said, so keep your eyes out for that. Everybody in the chat, keep your eyes out for that one coming up if you're interested in recruiting. I know we're fixing to get some college basketball kicked off. I know it's going already, but I know there's going to be a lot more chats coming up with that.
Nice.
So y'all keep it going. We got, of course, the playoffs fixing to start in college football. So we'll have tons of comment. There was tons of comment dropped last week. Some of it I'm going to tell you not to go watch because I look like an idiot on some of my stuff I said, but that's okay. So we'll call it good, and we'll keep an eye out and get something going Wednesday, hopefully, and then like I said, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday we'll drop some NASCAR content and go down the road from there. So
let's do it, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be real interesting. So let's see where we go from there, and then we'll prep for the rest of the week after that. Other than that, have a good evening. I think we're fixing to get some snow up here, so
have fun with that.
Oh, loads. I'll catch you later.
All right, brother. Have a good night, man. Bye.